So hello everyone, welcome back. And here we will break down our SAT maths in the simplest way possible. Today we'll be diving into one of the most important skill that you need for SAT. I mean that is solving real life problems. So we'll be calculating discount, interest. I'll be telling you about profit life problems, speed and time problems, all of the type of problems. I'll be showing you the key strategies and shortcuts to tackle the question in a very confident way, right? So by the end of this video, you'll have a clear approach to solve real world maths problem related to SATs quickly and accurately, just like a pro. So grab your graphic calculator and your notes and all. So let's go ahead with it. So solving real life problems using linear models, right? So normally the problems that are asked in your SAT will be considering only linear models, means linear equation you will require them to solve. So we'll be dealing with real type life situation word problems and all that. Okay. So this is a kind of a plan for solving a word problem. First, find out what number asked from the given information, right? You'll be having a question, they'll be asking you something. That thing you have to choose as a variable, right? Suppose in a question I ask you how much profit this is. I don't know what is the profit. So that profit, I'll take it as a variable. This variable, I'll be finding it with the help of a equation, right? Normally, there will be two equation or one equation. You have to solve both of them to get it. Obviously, linear equation is of the form y equal to mx plus b. So this would be the type of equation that you'll be having. You'll solve this equation or you'll solve those equations to get the value. So mainly we'll be learning through the examples only. Let's see how to do this. So a person travels. Here you can see a person travels from work at a constant speed. 10 minutes after leaving work, he is 20 miles from home. And 20 minutes after leaving work, so it is a relationship between leaving work and miles from home, time and miles from home. If he continue to travel at the same speed, how long will it take to him? So obviously it would be a linear kind of relationship. So this relationship will be represented in this form only. Y is equal to mx plus c, right? Now let's try to do this question. So I have two informations given here. 10 minutes after leaving, 20 miles from home. 20 minutes after leaving, 12 miles from home. This is how the equation is, right? So let me take y is the distance traveled in mile and x is the time in minutes, right? So y, this thing, I take it as distance traveled, okay? And x is the time I take, which is there in the minutes, okay? So 10 minutes, he is there at 20 miles. So first equation, I'll get 20 is equal to 10m plus c, right? This is the first equation I get. Second one, I'll get it as 20 minutes after leaving. So 12. This is a kind of an inverse proportional, isn't it? Is equal to 20m plus c, isn't it? I'll find the value of m and c so that I get the value of m and c and I'll get the equation. Okay. So this equation, how you'll get, you just subtract these two equations. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. You can also solve by Desmos only. Directly in one line, you'll get the answer. So you'll here get as minus 8 is equal to 10m. So this implies m, you'll get it as minus 4 over 5. You have to solve it for c and you'll get c here as 28. So C, you'll be getting it as 28. So this is what you get. So my equation now becomes is that y is equal to minus 4 over 5 times m plus 28. This is what you get. Okay. Now what it is asking in the question, you have to find it for how long will it take to home from work, right? So this thing now, if he comes to home, what will happen? Y will be 0 because y is representing your distance, isn't it, from the office? So when he comes home, it would be 0. So I'll just find that y equal to 0. So 0 is equal to minus 4 over m plus 28, right? So I'll get 4 over 5m is equal to 28. This implies m will be equal to 28 times 5 over 4. This is equal to 35. 4 ones are 4 sevens are 7 fives are 35. So this is what you get. So this is the time in minutes you'll get. So answer will be M is equal to, or time is equal to 35 minutes it will take to get from home. I hope you must have got this thing, right? So let's do this question. And it is asking you that at the beginning of trip, the tank of glow car was filled with 12 gallons of gas, right? Initially, there was this tank, right? It is filled with 12 gallons of gas. Okay, total it is there in gal. When she travels constantly on a highway 60 miles per hour, the car consumes 1 gallons, right? So 60 miles when he travels, the fuel consume is 1 gallon. Okay, no, not for 60 miles. See, the car consume is that for 1 gallon it consumes. Now see, what is written that for 1 gallon it consumes 30 miles, right? So for 1 gallon of gas, it goes 35 miles, isn't it? If she travel for 5 hours and 15 minutes on the highway with constant speed of 60 miles, right? So 60 miles per hour is its speed. How much time is travel? So speed into time, that is gives you distance, right? I'll find for how much, for this much distance, how much fuel is consumed. So 60 miles per hour, it tables at 5, 1 over 4, isn't it? So speed into time. So 60 into 21 over 4. Isn't it? 4 ones are 4 15s are. Isn't it? So this much distance it traveled. So 15, 315 miles, I think so. This much distance it travels. Right? Now 315 miles it travels for three for 1 gallon, for 315 for 1 gallon it takes 35 miles to travel. So 315 by 35, this much fuel it will take, right, to travel this much distance. How much it is? I think so it is 9, 270. Yeah, so this is 9 gallons, right? Now 12 gallons it was there, 9 gallons it is used. To how much it is left? 3 gallons is left. This is how you have to do. Okay, now let's do this one. Question number 3. Okay, so in 2005, a house was purchased for 280,000, isn't it? Yeah. In 2013, it was sold at 334,000, isn't it? Assuming the value of house increased at a constant annual rate, what will be the price of house is 218. Okay. So in 8 years, it increased by this much. How much it increased? 54,000 it increased in 8 years, isn't it? Right. In 8 years, it increased by 54,000. Right. So in 5 years, how much it will increase? This much. 5 over 8 times 54,000. So it would be this thing. Now let's go ahead and we'll be doing for solving these problems. Okay. Which is your profit loss and all those. So solving word problems using equation. So you have to write like this. First of all, whenever you'll be writing here, you'll be writing cost price. Here it would be selling price. This cost selling price minus cost price will give you profit. Okay. And cost price minus selling price will give you loss. Right. Then you'll be writing is at mark price. With this mark price, when you do discount, okay, you'll get selling price. That's what it is. Okay. So marked price, when you do the discount, you get selling price. So this is okay, guys. So we have a question here. A music owner purchased X compact disc for 6.5, right? So what would be the total purchasing price would be 6.5 times X. This would be the buying cost he'll be having, right? He sold all but 19 of them, right? So all he sold, remaining 19. So total how much he sold? X minus 19. And then this he sold for $12 each. He made a profit. So this thing he got it as selling price. This thing was his cost price. Okay. So 12 times X minus 19 minus 6.5 times X. Selling price minus cost price is your profit, which is 564. This is it. Selling price minus cost price is your profit. This thing is given to you 564. So here X you'll get it as 144. Fine. Directly you can get it from the calculator. Now, distance, rate, and time problems. So obviously you know that distance is speed into time. Speed speed is equal to distance upon time, and there is something average speed and average time. Okay. So car drove from his home to the beach at speed of 50 miles per hour and return home at the same route at 30 miles per hour, right? So this is his home. This is his beach. He traveled for 50 miles per hour and then he returned at 30 miles per hour. If his total driving time for 2 hours, right? 2 hours it took, right? So suppose in this path he took 2 hours. So in this path he will take 2 minus 2. Yeah. How many minutes does it take to drive home to beach? Right? So suppose L is this distance, right? L is this distance. Right? So how much it could? L over 50. This is the time T1 plus L over 30 is equal to 2, right? This time and this time, this is thing. So 80L over 1500 is 2. So L you will find out and then you'll just do 50 over L, you'll get this thing, right? So that's it. So 300 over 8, you'll get this L, right? Then distance, so 300 over 8 upon time. Distance upon length. So, sorry, length upon distance. So 300 over 8 divided by 5. 6. So D you will get it as 3 over 4R. Fine. Okay. Now, here you have this question is that you have this Jason distance to finish line. So Jason and Mary running on a 200-meter track. The expression in the table above shows distance of finish line t second after they started. How many meter will Mary have left to finish the race when Jason is on the finish line? Okay. So Jason has finished his race. Now at that time, where would be your Mary? Okay. That's what the question is asking. Okay. So let's see. This is the equation again. Distance to finish line. So it is given to you minus 8t plus 200. This is for Jason, right? Now, if Jason reaches to finish line, what will happen? This distance will become 0, isn't it? So 200 minus 8t is equal to 0. 200 over. So t you will get it as 25, right? T you will get it as 25. Okay. Now at 25, where will be your Mary? Minus 7.5 times 25 plus 200. How much you'll get this? Minus 7, 140, and then you'll get it as your, I think so, 12.5, right? So this thing will come out to be 12.5 meters. Okay. Now you have the question number second. A bagel shop, the first six bagel purchased cost is 50 cent piece, right? First six, and additional C cents a piece. A customer pay 5.7, right? So 6 would be 6 times 55, $0.55, right? Plus for 12 bagels. So 6 are remaining. 6 times something is giving to you 5.7, isn't it? So what is the value of C? So C are the additional C piece, right? So 6.55. So this will give you 3.3. So 6 times C is 5.7, take away 3.3. How much it is? 2.4. So C will be equal to 40.